Hi everyone, it's Bob Buter with Yoga Life Institute. Lesson 6 for the Meditation for Your Type class, introducing mantra meditation. I'd like to begin giving you the definition of the word mantra. 2 syllables. First syllable, man, relates to thought. The second syllable, tra, relates to sound or instrument. It's very interesting here that the mantra meditation is using a sound to create a thought, or an intention in the meditator is using the sound to create the thought. If you think about it, when you normally speak, right now I'm thinking about defining mantra meditation for you, and I'm using sounds to express the existing thought. Mantra meditation is reversing the procedure where we're using a repetition of a word. The om sound is a very common one. I would say om, om, and follow it with my breath most likely. Om in, om out. Some people use the so sound in, the hum sound out. I would be using that sound to convey a thought. That means universal connectedness, the harmony of nature. You'll notice the sound is conveying a deeper thought. And then that deeper thought would be somehow absorbed by us, and it would be, of course, the focus of our meditation, and it would be the tool with which we use to transform our mind. Now, this is one of the 6 types of meditation. Some of you are going to really take to it. Others, if you don't take to it, you'll have very interesting experience with how sound is affecting thought. Alrighty. As I discussed earlier in the YouTube talk that includes with this lesson, there's a talk of struggle and mastering thoughts. I want to mention 2 quick points here. One relates to this idea of thought and replacing thought. Obviously, when we're meditating, we're trying to take stressful or annoying thoughts and we're trying to either eliminate them or quiet them so that the thought of our meditation, that inner peace, dominates. And I wanted to show you what would be the normal approach to doing this that doesn't work, that actually creates more thoughts, and that would be trying to remove existing thoughts. So if I have a mantra, which is one thought, which the definition of a meditation is focusing on one thought. So I have my Om mantra. You can have other mantras, but let's just use that for the example. Then I have some existing thoughts that say, well, today I did this, and the different recurrent thoughts. Tonight I'm going to go home and do that, and tomorrow, whatever's on your schedule. So you have some existing thoughts. Well, if I try to forcefully remove those thoughts, or even decide that they're not really good thoughts right now and I don't want them, so I want to remove them. Well, now I've got a third thought. That's called the removal thought. So I've got 2 parts of myself fighting with one another, and then I've got a third part that wants to get in there. You see, I've got the good mantra thought, I've got the existing thoughts I want to get rid of, and the guy who wants to get rid of those thoughts. Got it? Complex, crazy, creates more disturbance in your mind. The way that I'm going to recommend for you is something that probably a lot of people do. It's one of the ways that I teach. It's not necessarily the way you have to meditate. It may help you get to a point though. Now, with mantra, if you really stick with it, you might come up with something in 3 months. You might come up with another insight in 6 months, and then in a year, then in 2 years. So you'll get it that part of this struggling, is in part due to the short amount of time that you've been meditating if you're feeling that struggle. So let me show you how I would go after this thought. I wouldn't try to eliminate it. I would try to accept it or even merge it with my mantra. So I say Om, and I'm thinking of being connected to the universe, and I think about what I'm going to have for dinner. Dinner is connecting me to the inner universe. Om, Om. My boss is really demanding, and demanding people are part of the universe. Om, Om. So I'm taking every thought that may be in there and I'm putting it through my mantra mill. until I just give up on the thoughts and all I'm left with is the Om sound, thinking that I'm connected to all things. Thoughts are a part of the universe, for example. They don't necessarily need to be annihilated. That would be one way of embracing thoughts with a mantra. Now, that might work for a period of time. You might have to come up with a new strategy, because then your mind will circumvent that and it'll just start thinking while you're doing the Om, and you won't really be embracing those thoughts or kind of merging them and transforming them. So it's an ongoing study and journey. That would just be one suggestion. And when you do the relaxation exercise in this class, we're going to work on worry. So enjoy that. You're going to try to gain a different perspective on worry. These preliminary exercises that we do, the breathing, a little bit of the stretching, and the relaxation, can also be tremendously helpful in moving you much deeper into your meditation. I think that's going to wrap us up. I have the lesson in front of me here if you see me looking down. It's really exciting to jump from these different topics. I do want you to remember that meditation in itself will really start to occur once you've decided on one type and you stick with that type for 6 months to a year. Then you'll also start to see different changes. Right now we're doing this survey, which is again fascinating and interesting, but meditation is this lifelong journey. So again, for those feeling a little bit of the struggle, we're sensitive to that. We want to keep you motivated. Do your best, accept whatever you're doing. You're going to start in one spot and slowly move forward. Have a great class, and we'll talk to you next time.